Hey, today we're going to look at what is Dharma and how are we being in our Dharma as a yoga teacher. So the word Dharma is a yogic Sanskrit word and it can mean living in alignment with our fullest, highest expression of our truth. It can be about being in our purpose. It can be about right order of our life and the universe. The Bhagavad Gita talks about Dharma, and I really recommend the book The Great Work of Your Life by Stephen Cope. It's kind of unpicking the Bhagavad Gita, and the theme Dharma is all through the book, and it's kind of like case studies of people's lives and when they're in Dharma, when they're not in Dharma. Sometimes when people come across the word Dharma, they get fixated on what is my purpose, like what job role should I be? And that's in the West, we kind of take that approach, but it's more nuanced than that. You are in your Dharma when you're being a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a friend, how you show up in the world with everyone you interact with. And it looks at your unique gifts and tools and your unique expression. And I like to look back at when you were a child. What did you love doing? How were you being creative? Were you with loads of people? Did you like being on your own? What things lit you up? And I think that if you're not sure, like what should you be doing in your work? How should you be of service? What is your Dharma? What is your highest purpose? What are your unique gifts? Are you good at anything? If you reflect back on your childhood, there were things that you loved doing, and that kind of sometimes gives you a bit of an idea. So say like you like writing, then maybe as an adult, part of your Dharma and your unique expression and skills is writing, and maybe you're good at writing in some ways, but it can be anything. Maybe you were always like listening to people's problems and now you're a coach. For me, quite a funny one, I was quite bossy when I was young. I was the oldest out of there was three of us, but I was also the oldest out of lots of cousins and friends. So I tended to be quite bossy, and I used to make like school books, literally out of paper. And then when my like siblings and my neighbours were around, I'd play schools and I would pretend to be the teacher and give them even more work, which is horrible. But even when I was really young, I was like playing a teacher. Your individual alignment looks different to everybody else. And sometimes I say on my 200-hour teacher training that people might enroll on a 200-hour teacher training. They're not sure if they're going to teach yoga or not. And what they might uncover by really going inward, doing the practices, they might uncover that actually they want to be a yoga teacher and something else, or they want the yoga for them and there's something else on their heart that they really want to do. Maybe it's writing music or being a teacher in a different way. So I think when we really connect in with our yoga practice and connect almost like those soul whispers, like why are you here? What ways do you want to experience life and express yourself and be of service? And you do know, inside you do know. And then the next part is, how do you go out there and do that? And maybe how do you go out there and earn a living doing that? We are often born and raised not having great examples of people loving their job and getting paid for it and paid for it well. I know from my upbringing, I always heard like adults complaining about their jobs, working really hard and long hours, being stressed, complaining about money. When I was 21 years old, I finished uni and I didn't want to do that. So I just went traveling for a while. I just had to figure it out myself. I didn't want to just do a job I didn't like and complain. So I went traveling for a while and ended up falling into being a yoga teacher. I didn't think I want to be a yoga teacher. I just kept doing yoga and I kept feeling like I wanted more purpose, and then it was just like a natural thing. Like I just kept sharing yoga always anyway, and then I ended up doing the qualifications, and then that kind of naturally came. But yeah, there are so many ways for you to express your Dharma. And if you don't know and you're stuck, then follow what lights you up. Follow what you might enjoy, and maybe do that for a hobby at first, or you do some training in that subject, and then just see where that leads. And you can always change your mind. So you can try something, it doesn't resonate, and you try something else. That's also absolutely fine. But this is better than holding back and almost just giving up on finding work and a life that you really enjoy, that really feels truly aligned for you. And the Bhagavad Gita talks about that about not making a choice is making a choice. So when we are like, oh, you know, I can't make money, I can't earn a living being a yoga teacher, I can't do what I really want to do, we're kind of giving up already, and it's almost like we haven't even tried. So whatever is on your heart to be of how you want to be of service, how you want to express yourself in this life, your gifts, your skills, your hobbies, things that light you up, follow them and do them. When it comes to being a yoga teacher in your own unique way, only you know what feels right. So for some of you, you might feel like you love teaching classes, you love holding big groups, you love big spaces, you love doing retreats, and that's great. For some of you, you might want to do small classes, or you might just want to do one-to-ones, and that's okay as well. You don't have to do 20 classes a week. You could do the amount of classes on the days and times that fill you up and give you energy, especially so you have time and energy for your friends, family, your hobbies, your self-care, etc. And there might be other skills and hobbies and gifts that you have that you'd like to blend with your yoga teaching. So for example, and I've heard so many examples. So for example, if you love art, you might want to bring that into a retreat. It could be an artist and yoga retreat, and the yoga helps people kind of come away from their busy minds and tune into their body, and then they're creating art from that place, unlimited from the overthinking. You might already have another job, for example, a teacher, a nurse, a massage therapist, life coach, and you might want to entwine them, or you might want to do them like part-time doing one job and part-time doing yoga teaching, and you get to choose. You are the creator of your life. So that might look like some days you do one job, some days you do your yoga teaching, or you might have a full-time or part-time job, and then your yoga teaching fits around that, so maybe a couple of evenings a week and a Saturday morning class, things like that. And there is also so much you can do as a yoga teacher. You can offer one-to-ones, you can offer classes, you can offer workshops in so many different subjects. You could offer courses, short courses, long courses. You could offer yoga teacher trainings. You can offer retreats in so many different subjects. So you can bring the things that you're passionate about, your gifts, your hobbies, what brings you joy, the parts of yoga philosophy that really resonate with you, and you can bring them into all that you do. So you really get to choose how you show up, what you offer, who you serve, and letting your soul, your heart lead you.